Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to take you through a full dribbling training session consisting of 5 drills. I'm going to spend about 10 minutes on each of the exercises and including a 10-minute warm-up. This should take me around an hour to complete the training session. You can of course modify it to make it shorter or longer. The first 2 exercises are more of a technical warm-up, so just getting a lot of touches on the ball, and then the final 3 exercises are a little bit more match specific and ending with a finish on goal. So we're going to get into it, starting with the warm-up. Just before we do, I want to say a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace is where I built my website, 7mlctraining.com, and from websites to analytics to marketing tools, they're the all-in-one place to grow your online presence and manage your business. But let's get warmed up. So moving into the first dribbling exercise here, place down 5 cones. So 1 in the center, 4 around the outside. And it's just a simple crosshairs exercise. We're dribbling to the middle, out to the next cone, to the middle, to the next cone, until we've gotten all the way around. I've taken 5 steps between each of the cones. You can make it bigger, you can make it shorter. But the goal of this exercise is just to get as many touches as you can. Try and take a touch of the ball with every step. And when you get to the middle, low center of gravity, so slight bend in the knees, so you can get around that corner sharply, and then on to the next one. So we're working on a little bit of acceleration with the ball, deceleration, and some turns as well. I'm going to go through 5 repetitions on my right foot, and then 5 repetitions on my left. So moving into the next exercise, it might be difficult to see from this angle, but I'll show you multiple angles so you can get a gist of the drill. But I've placed down 2 circles next to each other. Again, you can make these circles smaller or bigger. And the idea of this drill is to dribble in a figure of 8 pattern. So we're working on that curved technique with the ball. So we're going to be leaning to one side, taking a touch of the ball with every step, keeping it under control in a figure of 8. So we start in the middle, dribble around 1 circle, exchange feet back in the middle, and go with the opposite foot around the other circle. We're gonna go for 30 seconds or so without stopping, rest for 30 seconds, and I'll repeat this one 10 times. The next exercise is the speed weave. This is getting a bit more match specific now, especially for wingers. So we've moved the drill out onto the wing. We've got a starting gate on the halfway line, 6 cones, which we're gonna weave through. They're about 2.5 steps apart. They're not really tight. We're not working on ball mastery, even though there's a time and place for that. We're really trying to emphasize dribbling with speed, but still manipulating the ball from side to side. It's very valuable for dribblers. If you can move the ball slightly from side to side, that's a great way to unbalance the defender. So we're gonna weave through the cones, then it's an acceleration through the far gate, which is probably about 10 meters away. So we're driving with the ball, weaving, and then accelerating out, getting down to the end line. So we're gonna go through this for 10 repetitions with about 30 seconds rest in between each. Moving into the next drill, this is a 1v1 and finishing exercise, really good for wingers. We've got 2 poles acting as the fullback and the centre back. So we're going 1v1 with the fullback, the centre back's coming across to cover. So this is the setup here. We're gonna go at the fullback, and then we have options. So this has a little bit of a freestyle element to it, so be creative and work on different movements. We could either cut inside, but then we need to get that strike off before we get to the centre back. So in between these defenders here, get that strike off quickly. So it's a quick touch to the side and finish. We can touch inside, fake like we're gonna strike, take another one past the centre back, and then finish. We could take it end line, and as you can see between the 6 yard and the penalty spot, I've got a target. This is like my striker. So I might take it to the line, cut it back along the ground for a finish. Or you could be really creative, you could cut inside, act like you're gonna shoot, cut back inside, take a left foot strike, completely up to you. Be creative. I'm gonna go for about 10 to 15 reps, switching it up. Moving into the final exercise now, I've set up these poles on the edge of the box. This is a good area to dribble in because usually you've got other players running through. It can be quite confusing for the defenders who to mark, who to cover. So oftentimes they'll back up, they don't want to lunge around this area to give away free kicks or penalties. So you can often take quick touches and sometimes cut through defenders. So all we're going to be doing is driving at the poles here, and then I'm going to be moving through as quickly as possible, doing whatever comes to mind. any kind of feints, little croquettes, any kind of movements just to shift the ball, keep it moving, drive through and finish on goal. And I'll go through this about 10 to 15 times. So there we have it, 5 dribbling drills that you can use to create an entire dribbling training session. Just before I go, I want to say another huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace is where I built my website, 7mlctraining.com. It's become the central hub of my entire brand. It allows me to put everything 7mlc training related in one place, from my blog post to my podcast, as well as my very own 7-day training programs. And if you enjoyed today's exercises, you might be interested in checking out Magnetico, my very own close control dribbling training program. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. But if you've ever considered building a website, you don't know where to start, check out Squarespace, and if you use the link in my description, www.squarespace.com/7mlc, you can get 10% off your first website. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash the like button, hit that subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in the next video.